0 Bravo Alpha, roger.
Okay, can you hear me? Put your mic right up to your lips there.
Yep, I can
There
hear
we
you.
go. All right. You should be able to hear yourself through the headset.
Out of service. Runway 16 Pappy out of service. Advise on initial contact, you have information Lima. Portsmouth Tower information Lima. 1356 Zulu observation. Wind 320 at 07. Visibility 10. Few clouds 5000. Few clouds 5000. Temperature 27. Dew point 19er. Altimeter 3002. Pressure altitude +10. Expect visual approach runway 34. Departing runway 34. DME out of service. Runway 16 Pappy out of service. Advise on initial contact, you have information Lima.
Alright. So, we're ready to call them up, get our taxi clearance. And expect runway 34, so winds are 220. Portsmouth ground, RV 271 Victor Alpha, November hangars ready, taxi with Lima.
RV 271 Victor Alpha, Portsmouth ground runway 34 taxi via November Alpha.
November Alpha, runway 341 Victor Alpha. Alright. Taxi in 234. Have you ever been out to this airport before?
Never.
No? So, it is a Air Force / guard base. So the runway is extremely long for the tankers that we have here. So it's a little over 11,000 feet long. We'll only need about 1,000 of that to take off.
King Air 0 Bravo Alpha, left turn out is approved, contact boss 12505. Have a good day.
And we'll have the full length of the runway to take off, so you'll be able to see just how long it is and how much altitude we get before we even reach the end of the runway. As you can probably see by now, we steer the airplane on the ground with our feet.
Yeah, and that's the rudder.
Yep. So in order for the rudder to work, you need a significant amount of speed because it goes by airflow. So if you're not really moving that fast, there's not really any airflow going over the rudder, so you're not going to have any control. So you have to use the brakes to steer the airplane. And there's a brake on each pedal. So that white T that's above the black pedal, black portion of the pedal, that's the brake. So if I go left brake, we go left. If I go right brake, we go to the right. And so that's for controlling the airplane at slower speeds where you don't have any rudder control. The stick really doesn't do a whole lot on the ground.
Hawk Ray 75 Lima Papa, Portsmouth Tower. Good morning, check wheels down, runway 34 1330 at 7, cleared with the option.
Go around the bend here and we'll be at the end of the runway. We'll go through some takeoff checks and then we'll be ready to roll. If you have any questions or concerns, just let me know. I'll address them if I can. Where do you feel like flying today?
I don't know. I don't really come here a lot, so I don't really know the area.
No? Okay. We can go up to Maine, up through, we'll go around like Noble Light.
Cessna 55 Foxtrot, number 2 following Hawker traffic on a 3-mile final.
kind of come down the beach, go towards Hampton Beach.
55 Foxtrot, did you say a touch and go or a full stop?
See if we can find some whales. Spent a lot of whales off Hampton Beach, so if we can see any.
352, looking for 2 IS.
Everything looks good, so we're going to check our controls, make sure it moves freely.
System 55 Foxtrot,
No
crosswalk turbulence
resistance.
number 2, check close down on a 34132006, clear to land.
I've only been to Portsmouth
Option
twice.
352,
Really?
ground clear to the Islip India Sierra Pop Airport, tanker 2 departure. Right vector is Concord, so Charlie Oscar November.
Right.
To Gardner, to Golf,
So we're gonna
Delta,
do our-
Mike, Dennis filed.
Our engine check now.
3000, expect
So fuel is on,
169,
ignitions are on,
departure.
everything's on here, choke is off, heat is off. RPM is here, so we're going up to 4,000 RPM.
Oscar 2, Concord, Golf, Delta, Mike, has found
Make sure it runs smooth.
5, squawk 3553 for option 352.
All our engine instruments are in the green. We turn off the ignition systems and test each one individually. They both run smooth. Everything's in the green, including battery and amps. Our message is battery test. Now we bring it back. We're all good. Alright, and pull up to the runway now, switch over our frequencies. So I'll do the takeoff and the landing. Once we get up to a safe altitude, I'll let you take over. And what we'll do out of here is we'll make a right turn out of here, go over downtown Portsmouth, go up the coastline into Maine, do a circle around like Noble Light, follow the coastline back down to the south, and go like over Hampton Beach. Kind of hang out around that area, see if we can find some whales or something. All right?
Yeah.
You ready? All right, so we got someone coming in, so I won't expect to take off just yet, so we're gonna open up the canopy. A little bit of fresh air. Portsmouth Tower, V271 Victor Alpha is holding short runway 34 for a right turn out to the east.
Tower 271 Victor Alpha, Portsmouth Tower, hold short of runway 34, landing traffic.
Holding short 341 Victor Alpha. Coming in so slow.
That was more like the plane I went in.
Yeah.
Tower V1 Victor Alpha, runway 34, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 341 Victor Alpha.
System 55 Foxtrot, turn right at Bravo. Are you going back to the T-hangers?
It's a firm, we're right on Bravo, 55 Fox.
55 Foxtrot, Bravo Alpha November to the ramp, remain in frequency.
We'll stick with you, 55 Fox.
There we go. We're lined up. Got quite a bit of runway in front of us. Everything's still running where it should be. Once he turns off, then they'll give us our takeoff clearance.
RV1 Victor Alpha, right turn out approved, wind 3207. Runway 34, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 34, right turn out approved, RV1 Victor Alpha, thanks. Alright, so we're going to slowly feed in the throttle, hold in right rudder to counteract all the engine forces. And it's all the way in, gauges are green. Gonna lift the nose up a little bit. Might get a fuel pressure warning, but that's okay. Just because it's so hot. Away we go. So these are the tankers down here.
Oh wow.
This is the guard part of the base. Air National Guard. This is Great Bay off the left. And that comes all the way around. That's all salt water. Feeds right into the ocean. Up the Piscataqua River here. Once we reach the end of the runway, we'll start with a right turn. Alright, that's the end of the runway there.
Really long runway.
It is, it's so long, it's great. Pulling the power back a little bit.
Do you go faster, do you push the throttle in, or do you pull it out?
Faster goes in. So right now I'm pulling it back, which is going to slow the engine down.
Pack 1 on heavy ground, runway 34, taxi via Alpha.
Alright, you can go ahead and take the stick now. Just kind of get a feel for it. It's very sensitive. It takes very little movement to get it to respond. So we're just going to kind of go parallel to the river here, go over downtown Portsmouth, straight out to the ocean, and then we're going to hang a left. Just push it forward just a little bit, just to bring the nose down. You want to be able to see the land over the nose. There you go. And that'll stop you from climbing. So right now we're at 1,600 feet. We're going about 80 knots. Going easterly heading. That's a thermal right there. That's just a rising pocket of hot air. That's probably from the parking lot over at the mall there, Fox Run.
So that's Maine right there, right?
Yep, right on the other side of the river is Maine. As we get closer to the water, it will be smoother. Water doesn't bounce back energy; it takes it in. There won't be any thermals over the water unless it blows out from the land. That's the Navy Yard down there. Go a little bit more to the left, kind of go at an angle towards the ocean over there.
What's the name of that lighthouse over there?
I'm not sure. I don't live in this area, so I don't know much other than kind of the big things that I see from the air.
Where are you from?
Massachusetts, down near Boston.
My dad's from Cambridge.
Oh, okay. I live in Peabody, about 20 minutes north of Boston.
You like the Boston Bruins?
Yeah.
I hate them.
Really?
Yeah, I like the Montreal Canadiens.
Ugh. I'm not that big into hockey. The only time I watch hockey is playoffs. I think playoff hockey is really intense, but I can watch, it doesn't really like matter the team. I can watch just playoff hockey and you know, it'll be entertaining. But I mean, I like Boston sports, so I do like the Bruins.
I love hockey.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. My favorite sport in the entire world. But I like baseball too, and we went to a Red Sox game on Thursday.
Nice.
Anyway, that was really fun.
Nice. I love the Red Sox.
Did I turn yet?
You can wait a few more seconds. Just stay out over the water. Just bring the nose down a little bit more. So go ahead and just let go of the stick and see what it wants to do. So it could use a little bit of nose down trim. So right about there should be okay. Alright, now you can go ahead and make a left turn.
And Mooney 79 X-ray, what are you looking to do again? Oh, okay. I was wondering if you were trying to get there via November. But if you're on the ramp, that's no problem.
So that peninsula out there in front of us, that kind of longer one, that's Cape Benetic. So Noble Lighthouse is on the end of that.
Cool.
And that's where we're going to go.
Short.
Short 3-4, back 1-1.
Another airplane off our right, but he's descending down.
Takeoff 3-4, back
Just over those two sailboats that are out there.
Oh yeah.
Just went between them.
There aren't a lot of lobster pots over here.
No. No, not really. There's usually a bunch of them up past Cape Benetic here. Might be because the tide is so strong going into the river there.
Yeah.
The current, that it might make it more difficult to place them around there. This is York, up here on the left.
Yeah.
That's York Harbor.
Pack 1 on heavy contact, Boston departure. Have a good day.
Departure, talking a bit back, go on.
How far is Portland from here?
23 minutes. About 35 miles.
So do you think we could see it from here or no?
Probably not because it's so hazy. If it wasn't hazy, you would be. But because it's so hazy, it's not going to be easy to see. Usually, in most days, you can see like the mountains and everything, and you can just barely make them out. Visibility is not that great.
Oh, you can see how how like shallow it is over there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's all sorts of different currents going through here.
So what town is this?
This is also York.
Oh wow.
Now go ahead and make a right turn and put that peninsula off the left side. There you go. And when you go into a turn like that, pull back a little bit, because otherwise you go down. So you have to compensate a little bit. When you go into a turn, you lose a little bit of lift. Alright, now go wings level. You have the peninsula off your left, and you'll see double light. Alright, so now do a left turn. Kind of go back the way you were going. There you go, now start going wings level. Let's see how it starts diving as soon as you go into a steep turn like that. So when you go into the turn, you just pull back a little bit. And that'll prevent that from happening. There's double light out on the rock right there. Now let's do a shallow left turn.
Is that like not going down a lot?
Right, so yeah, just go a little bit to the left and just take it out now, go neutral and just hold it just like that. Good. Those little islands out there, that's Isle of Shoals.
Oh, cool.
So we'll kind of go back down the coast this way and we'll go towards Hampton Beach. You have any questions so far?
Not really, no.
No? Just soak it all in?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, and it's not that hard either, or it's not really that hard.
Yeah.
You know, this part is easy. Obviously, it gets more difficult.
Yeah.
But doing this is pretty simple. That's the airport back up there.
Yeah. Like really long runway.
Yep. It's hard to miss.
Option 352 Portsmouth Tower, runway 34, taxi Alpha.
So down here in the bottom left corner, so that's our wind right now. That's the wind up here. So that's the wind out of the north at 13 knots.
That's not a lot.
No, it's not too bad. It's like 15, 16 miles an hour.
Yeah, I know knots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like to sail a lot.
Oh, perfect. You'll notice some similarities then.
Not yet.
When it comes to like the knowledge stuff, all of like distance measuring and speed and all that is all nautical.
Do you use like nautical miles?
Yep.
That's
Yep.
weird.
Yeah, all of this, a lot of the navigation stuff actually came from boating and sailing, so that probably won't seem too foreign. Do you have a sailboat?
Yeah, we own a Mercury, and then my family owns like all sorts of different boats, like a J100 and a Harrishoff and like J24 and all sorts of stuff.
I don't know what those are.
Yeah, the largest one that we own is I want to say 33 foot. Yeah,
Okay.
33 feet. And we used to own like a Hobie Cat, which is the pontoon sailboat.
Option 352 will be ready, reaching the end.
Sailing looks fun.
134,
Looks like a lot of work though.
It is
Like to get it going.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of work, but I mean, it gets really easy.
Yeah.
Probably like flying does. The thing is with sailing, you need a crew for the boat.
Right.
You definitely can't sail it on your own.
Yeah, that must be fun with with your family.
Yeah.
To go out and do that. Where's the furthest that you've sailed?
We don't usually sail like really far. We just go like around the bay near Bar Harbor.
Yep.
But we've sailed once down south of Bar Harbor and then like south of MDI and then up. And yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really fun. But we have a motorboat, so we use that when we go further.
Right.
Is that Cape Cod down there?
No, so that's Cape Ann, and Cape Ann is the northern part of Massachusetts. That's Gloucester, Rockport, Ipswich, Manchester by the Sea. That's that area over there.
Approach
If you look on here, that's that
Oh
part.
yeah.
Cape Cod is all the way down here.
Probably a lot bigger, yeah. Did you ever fly there?
I did a while ago. I haven't been down there recently. I've gone to Martha's Vineyard in Cape Cod, or Martha's Vineyard in Nantucket, and I think I've been to Hyannis. It's pretty down there.
Yeah. I went there when I was really little, but I don't remember it.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to go camping there with my family when I was younger. I've been trying to plan a trip to go up to Bar Harbor. I've never been up there. I've never been to Acadia.
Oh, it's so nice. I love it there. And it's really great if you can get on a boat.
Yeah.
There's this big sailboat that has red sails. It's called the Margaret Todd. And she sails like all through the bay, like 3 times a day.
Huh.
Really nice.
It's pretty.
Yeah. Plus hiking there is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the main reason I want to go up there.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to fly up, and we're going to fly around the area, stay at Bar Harbor.
There's so many lobster pots over there.
Yeah.
Like it's really hard to boat there because there's just so many lobster pots. And they do this thing where they have a lobster pot and then a float attached to it, but it's attached by a rope, but it's underwater, so you don't really know if it's attached. So if you run over it, then you got it all in a prop and you're screwed.
Right. Yeah, that wouldn't be a good day.
But it's fun because they look like sprinkles on a cake.
Now you gotta keep your eyes up for the whales, where they've been.
What would a whale look like from here? Like just like a big dark blob?
They're actually lightly colored. They're kind of easy to see if you get right on top of them. But what I look for is the blow of the air, because that creates like a little cloud.
What kind of whales are over here?
Humpback, finback, and minke.
I hate minke whales.
Why?
Because once when we were in Massachusetts, there was a minke whale washed up on a beach and it stank. And that ruined minkies for me.
Well, they're nice when they're in the water.
I bet.
Not dead. The finbacks are the second largest whale behind the blue whale, so they're the easiest ones to find. But the humpbacks are the more playful ones. They're the ones that'll be splashing and stuff, and so they're usually the easier ones to find. Like in that sense.
Is Hampton Beach up here?
Right here.
Really big beach.
And it's already getting pretty busy. It's not even noon yet. Go ahead and make a shallow left turn, kind of go out a little bit into the deeper water. See if we can see anything of interest. So go straight. Might be something down there on the left. That might just be a lobster pot. Or a bird.
Pretty far out for a lobster pot.
The water's really flat too, so it would be easy to see them if we could find them.
Is it usually like this, or is it usually a lot windier?
Usually a few days out of the week it's like this. Last week on Tuesday and Wednesday, I think it was, when we had that strong east wind, the waves were really big.
Yeah, we have a lake house up a little bit, like by Ossipee.
Yeah.
Not on Lake Ossipee, but it's just out there. Like, there's never east wind there.
Really?
Yeah, there's like, but there was like all this week.
Yeah, it was pretty windy last week. Alright, let's just do a left turn. And hold the bank right there. Little less bank. There you go, bring the nose up some. Okay, let's go back to the right. So this portion that we're coming up over now is it's called Jeffrey's Ledge, and it's a big feeding ground for whales as it dips down really low.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of like right over it right now. It kind of extends off of Cape Ann.
Portsmouth Towers, helicopter 277 Papa Delta with you. We're 10 miles southwest.
So this is usually like the hot spot for whales.
Helicopter 277 Papa Delta Portsmouth Tower, roger. Continue inbound, are you looking to land on Alpha Taxiway? Affirmative, Alpha Beam, Quebec, and we have information, Lima. Helicopter 7 Papa Delta, roger, report 2 miles from the field. Report 2 miles, 7 Papa Delta.
What do those things stand for? Are those rocks?
Oh, the blue ones?
Yeah.
The blue, so they're called fixes, and they're they're usually shorthand words for something.
Yeah.
So like out here.
Isla shoals.
Yep, shoals, lobster. I don't know what Sylvae is. Some of them don't make sense, but then some of them will, like Nubble, the Nubble Lighthouse. Dacto, Bid, it's like Biddeford, Orchard, Old Orchard.
Yeah, Old Orchard Beach.
Scars for Scarborough. But they're just fixes, they're ways to navigate.
Those don't make any sense, because I know the islands and that's not what they're called.
Yeah, sometimes they don't make much sense.
Cumberland.
Alright, just go ahead and make a shallow right turn. Kind of go right back towards the beach. No whales today. It was last week. There was a whale that was only like 100 yards off the beach.
Oh, wow.
There was a run of bait fish going along the beach, and they were eating them up. So sometimes they won't even be out this far at the ledge. They'll be right up, around the river inlets.
So where's that? Like, what town is that? Because I see that opening.
So that's the Merrimack River, and that's Newburyport.
Oh, okay.
This is Plum Island, and then Ipswich out on the left. This is all Massachusetts now.
Yeah, because Portsmouth is like the only part on the water that New Hampshire has.
And Hampton. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seabrook, Hampton, and Portsmouth, Rye. That's it. Just go ahead and make a right turn. Kind of head right towards Hampton Beach. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's just pretty up here. This is such a pretty area to fly around.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the ocean, so,
Too.
plus the mountains, I love the mountains too, so. You can either go over the ocean in 5 minutes or be out in the mountains in 20 minutes. So it's kind of a unique place to fly.
Like the best of both worlds.
Yep. Yeah, I love flying out to Lake Winnipesaukee, going into like Laconia, Marlboro. Moltenboro, that's what it is, Moltenboro. There's a lot of neat airports around here.
Yeah. So if you flew up to Bar Harbor, you guys would fly into Trenton, right? That's the Bar Harbor airport.
Yeah, I guess. I think on here it's just listed as Bar Harbor.
Yeah, well it's not even on the island, it's on the main.
Right.
It's further right, I mean further east. There you go.
Wind 320.
Yeah, Hancock County.
Land, and you can taxi in this freak. Clear land, Alpha Beam Quebec, remain on this frequency, South Havadon.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to fly over there.
Yeah. I bet. It's probably just so pretty. What I would probably be most excited for is just how dark it is up there. You know, there's not a whole lot of light pollution.
No. Well, like if you're near Bar Harbor, yeah.
Yeah. But if you just get right outside of it.
Yeah. And it's cool because like we are right across the bay from Bar Harbor.
Yeah.
So we look out onto Cadillac in MDI, and basically like you can see the people driving up Cadillac at night.
That must be pretty cool.
Yeah, we call it the Sleeping Giant because of all the mountains.
Right.
Looks like the Sleeping Giant.
Go a little bit to the right. Just do like 45 degrees over this way. I just saw a splash over here. All right, wings level. Could have been something interesting, or it could have just been a bird diving into the water.
Let's hope it was something interesting.
Yeah. All right, go to the right. Just do like a right 360. So it was right down in here. I don't see anything interesting yet. Now that we're looking in the glare, we're not going to see anything. So go wings level now, go out this way, and then make a left 180.
Should I make you 180 now or just wait a bit?
You can do it now.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. You just keep going around to the left here. I don't see anything. Alright, you can go back to the right. Go ahead and make our way back home.
Service. Advise on initial contact. You have information Lima. Portsmouth Tower information Lima. 1356 Zulu observation. Wind 320 at 07. Visibility 10. Few clouds 5.
So that's the airport over there, right?
Yep. That's it. Just kind of shoot right towards the airport. So we can also do is start descending down a little bit, so just kind of let the nose fall down just a little. And it's going to hold it. As the airplane goes down, it's going to accelerate and it's going to want to go up, so you just have to keep it kind of pushed down.
Yeah.
So that it stays down. And you can also do is trim it so that the nose stays down. The faster it goes, the more it'll want to go up. You just don't want to go too fast. You don't want to go into that yellow.
Okay, we're in the yellow. So what do I do when it's in the yellow?
You just pull it up just a little bit. It's okay to be right in the edge of the yellow. We just don't want to go too deep into it. We'll remove a little bit of throttle. Portsmouth Tower, V271, Victor Alpha 10 to the south inbound with Lima, full stop.
V271 Victor Alpha Portsmouth Tower, make straight in approach runway 34, wind 320 at 7, cleared to land.
Straight in 34, clear to land runway 341 Victor Alpha. Alright, clear to land already. Ears popping?
Hate it.
my ears don't really do it anymore. I'm so used to it. Alright, now you can bring the nose up a little bit. Level back off. You see a lot of seaplanes up there in Bar Harbor?
Not really.
No?
I don't really see a lot of planes, actually.
Really?
I only see a couple tiny planes every once in a while.
But nothing with the floats on them?
No. Yeah, I've seen a seaplane before, but it wasn't in, it was actually Chris Hosford.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his, engine, he was, like, flying over, like, our lake.
Yep, his engine.
And his engine, like,
Quit.
malfunctioned or something, and he landed on our lake and we towed him back.
Yep. Yeah, that's when he had a fuel leak and it was emptying into the airplane, not into the engine.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that airplane is actually still at his hangar.
Nice. I remember it being pretty nice.
Yeah, it's nice. White and blue.
So this thing, it basically just tells you if you're staying the same level or...
Yep. Yeah, so that's your vertical speed indicator. So if it says minus 200, it means you're going down 200 feet a minute. That's altitude change in minutes. The airport's got to be pretty quiet if they're clearing us to land 12 miles out. Usually it's not till like 2 or 3 miles. not too hot up here either. Not yet.
Pretty hot though. Hot, but it's not too hot.
Yeah. It gets pretty nasty in here. Especially like midday when the sun's just coming through.
I hate the heat. I much prefer the cold.
Really? You like winter?
My favorite season.
Yeah. I lived in Florida for a few years for school, and it kind of made me not like winter too much.
Yeah, we moved to the Netherlands a couple years ago.
Yep.
Just moved back, and they have no winter there. It's just rainy all year long.
Right. Pull the nose up a little bit.
It didn't snow there at all, so.
That must have been kind of miserable if it's just raining all the time.
Yeah, there was like a month in the fall where we didn't see the sun.
Wow.
But I mean, it's okay. It gets pretty hot in the summers.
Really? What was the benefit of moving there?
My parents wanted a change.
Oh.
It wasn't for a job or anything.
Just go to a whole new country?
Yeah.
Was it like a permanent move or just like a...
No, just, it was 2 years.
Okay. I didn't know if it'd be like a summer or a winter move.
No.
Well, there you go. Fix that up. Slide yourself right up here and then I'll take it over. Alright, I got it. Let's see if I can do a nice smooth landing as to not hurt my back at all.
Oh.
That helps us slow down. That's the flap part of the flaperon. See if we can make this nice and smooth. Anytime now. The wind is just keeping us up.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't really feel it, so it's always good if you don't feel it.
Trillion times better than I could do.
One Victor Alpha's clear, Bravo.
RV1 Victor Alpha, taxi to park, Bravo Alpha November.
Bravo Alpha November to parking, 1 Victor Alpha, thanks.
That was really good.
Yeah, fresh air.